Hi everyone, this is T from T's Talk Time. Did you guess the genre of my next book? Well, here we go on this little roller coaster ride of being an author again. So today, let's talk romance. See, I've always been a romantic at heart, so it was only natural for me to eventually publish a romance novel. Only now I was delving into new waters as a writer, since my previous works had all been written for children. As I stated before, a writer writes always, so I had begun writing the book earlier, years earlier. Neighbor Needed, only the exceptional need apply, was set in New York. And the characters I created are all from my area, although the story is not autobiographical. Of course, anyone who creates art of any kind, I believe, will insert elements of themselves or pieces of their own experiences throughout that art. In fact, some of my real-life moments helped to shape the setting and this fictional world I wrote about in Neighbor Needed. However, the themes of love, trust, and high expectations, I think, are universal themes. And the reason why this story had to be told then was related to my real life experience. In fact, I dedicated this book to my ex-husband, the love of my life, who did very romantic things for me when we were dating and while we were married. I actually finished and published the book after my ex-husband passed away during the pandemic. So again, I felt like something had died, and so I had to give birth to something new. Still, I believe anyone can relate to the characters in this book, no matter where you live and what you've experienced. A part of writing a romance novel is deciding how far you want the romance to go, if you know what I mean. Well, my value system quickly told me not too far. So I wrote a clean urban romance novel. If you read it, you'll see what I mean. Now, if you're ready for love, but you haven't found it, you have high standards or qualifications because you have your life together, and you want someone who matches that description, you'll identify with the central character in this book. Now, there are plot twists, conflicts, and challenges along the way, just as we all experience these things in life on the road to finding true love. But we find our way just as the characters do in Neighbor Needed. And I'm sure you will want to discover how it all ends too. In fact, many of my readers have read the entire book in one sitting because they were so engrossed in the plot and wanted to know how the novel ended. But again, I struggled with creating a cover. And again, I used only free tools except for paying for my ISBN at first. So I ended up creating 2 covers for this book as well. However, I took this work even further after publishing it in print, hardcover, and as an ebook. I even hired an actress to voice an audiobook version of my book. This was quite an experience, to say the least, and it was very interesting. It felt like I was in Hollywood and had become a director and also worked in the area of casting. In many ways, it felt like a movie production. I even held several auditions by providing actors with a small portion of my manuscript for the sample reads. These actors worked for reasonable pay based on how long your manuscript is and how soon you want the final product. You actually have to sign and have them under a binding contract as well. I used ACX for this process. And remember, when dealing with people, you never know what can come up. So my project was a little delayed, but overall, I feel the actress did a good job. Again, I was learning something new, and it was well worth it. Nowadays, there are sites that allow you to publish audiobooks using AI voices, and many people will use it as an easier and free way of publishing their audiobooks. I'm not sure what I'll do next, but I must say the thought is very enticing after my experience. Side note, this is the first time I decided to publish wide using a book aggregator. Draft to digital in conjunction with Findaway Voices is how I was able to do this. So good luck to anyone out there considering becoming a published author. I hope I've inspired you to pursue your goals. I'm at the end right now of writing a sequel to Neighbor Needed. You may see it in print by summer's end. And if you are wondering why I didn't just voice my book myself, I can make a video about that experience in the future. Leave a comment or question below if you'd like to know more about this topic. I'll insert a picture of the cover of my romance novel, and I'll link the 2 book trailers I made to this episode. So take care